Yeah, this last year's spring game. I got the countdown in the corner, man. Countdown in the corner. This is last year's spring game. Got 12 minutes, man. I mean the roster. I feel like we got a good roster this year. Hey, let's just hope y'all that they don't cut us down, man. Y'all know how they act. We're gonna see, man. We gotta make sure they don't shut us down, bro. Y'all know how they was last year, bro. How everybody doing out there, man? Good to see y'all back. Yo, I don't know what happened to the audio. Hold on. And that shit lagging. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, this the old spring game. I got the countdown on the corner. Run, boy. Third and 5, third and 5, third and 5. Flag.
It'll stop for 55 offense. 5-yard penalty.
Third and 10. Third and 10. Third and 10. Stop. You doing, Mata?
Number 26.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, boy. Third and 13. Third and 13. What's third? It's not supposed to say second. Catch.
Sanders pass complete to number 15, 10 only.
Man, I feel good about the commits that we got and the team that we got, but man, I'm ready for the season to start to really see what them boys, really got, A lot of the time you have players that be, pretty good at other teams, but, sometimes players don't fit into that team's play style, so we just got to see, man. Hey, I love it. Use him, God bless him, God bless him, God. Bless him, God bless him. Use him. In the snow. We packed out in the snow. Hey, in the snow. Let's go. We out here in the snow. We out here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the snow. In the snow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We out here. I love it.
No, the Spicy McCrispy existed. You probably didn't know it had habanero sauce here, and habanero sauce here too.
Let me know, man.
So you didn't know the Spicy McCrispy existed. You probably didn't know it had habanero sauce here, and habanero sauce too. Mission finance stand spot, make them hit your jaws. I say hold your hands, I don't make me let it blow. This ain't the type of games now, bitch. I'ma wipe your nose. Ball, hit the ground, bitch. Please don't make no sound, bitch. We came in for the pounds, eh? Show me what a minute for your head, at least some rounds, eh? This shit could go straight or I could leave it with your head split, bitch.
And don't say shit ain't a player.
How about that? Just let him go get it.
I'm starting to think that you a smoker. Why you got a pipe? You make a move and I'ma bet you with this fucking pipe, bitch. 38 straight conniving nigga, breaking nigga shit. Go X a real nigga, body. He can't play me like no bitch. Play with me, you up for death. I tell my shooter, make a wish. Back to this, I'm here for that. Now nigga, come up off your shit. Bow, bitch. Kick your ball. Music find that stand spot. Make them hit the floor. I say, hold on, I don't make me let it blow. This ain't the time for games now, bitch. I'ma wipe your nose. Bow, hit the ground, bitch. Please don't make no sound, bitch. We coming for the pounds. Show me what a minute for your head. I need some rounds. This shit could go straight or I can leave it with your head split. Hold on, red bitch, total green flag, she bang fucking crazy. Jaded bitches talking, groupie bitches always in my face. Jaded niggas, see got plenty bodies caught another case. Nobody saving all they wanna know is who gon' die today. With that nigga up in traffic, he got road rage. He just wipe the nigga nose for a whole thing. And he on probation.
Fortune's body spins around and makes a great playground catch. Unbelievable.
Get that money, nigga. Kick your dog. Mission find that stand spot, make them hit the floor. I say all your hands, I don't make me let it blow. This ain't the time for games now, bitch. I'ma wipe your nose. Bow, hit the ground.
He's coming back for it as Hunter makes a move, cuts it back.
Show me what a minute for your head, at least some rounds. This shit could go straight or I can leave it with your head split.
It's Hunter the catch, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado. Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Zone. Let me see his shoulders work. I mean, I don't know what y'all call it.
He's out there. Hunter has it.
What the fuck you smoking for?
What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the fuck though. I don't bluff, bro. Aiming at your head like a buffalo. You a roughneck, I'm a cutthroat. You a tough guy. It's enough jokes. Then the sun died. The night is young though. The diamond still shine. In a rough hole. What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, where the ones go? It's a shit show. Put you front row. Talking shit, bro. Let the tongue show. Money over bitches and above hoes. That is still my favorite love quote. Put the gun aside. What the fuck for? I sleep with the gun. And she don't snow. What the fuck, yo? Where the love go? Trade the ski mask for the muzzle. It's a bloodbath. Where the suns go? It's the Swiss beat. That the drums go. It's your iffy.
Travis Hunter, and he's got it.
Double cup toast. I got a double full of hundos. That'll love go. Where's the uproar? What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the fuck though. I don't bluff, bro. Aiming at your head like a buffalo. What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the fuck though. I don't bluff, bro. Aiming at your head like a buffalo. Get the fuck though. I don't bluff, bro. I come out the scuffle without a scuffle. Puff, puff, bro. I don't huff though. Yellow diamonds up close, catch a sunstroke at your front door with a gun store. Knock, knock, who's there is how it won't go. Just the jungle, so have the utmost for the nutsos. And we nuts so. What the fuck, bro? That's where I'm from, bro. We grow up fast. We roll up.
I want to be the best football player that ever lived.
We're counting down the greatest of the gridiron.
I look at a guy who's done
You're up fast, we're about to get evil.
The coaches, the players, the legends.
The best pure passer I have ever seen.
Download Pac-12 now and watch the latest episode anytime.
Coach Prime and the Buffaloes, they've tried to build things through that transfer portal.
Intercepted. Wow. Sanders again. He's elusive. He's going to let it fly. And it is caught by Hunter. Touchdown.
Looking, touchdown of Marion Miller. This kid's electric. Beautiful throw and a touchdown to Jimmy Horn. Sanders wants a run. Touchdown, Colorado.
Welcome to Black and Gold Day here in Boulder, Folsom Field, and the Colorado Buffaloes' 15th practice of spring. Coach Prime has brought the bright lights here to Boulder for the second year in a row. He's also brought bad weather to the spring game, but smiles all around today. Shiloh Sanders thinks this program's about to take a big step forward.
Yeah, and we saw it yesterday at practice. And look, the other thing that we woke up to was a little bit of snow here in Colorado. A beautiful, beautiful spring day here in Colorado, but it's not going to slow any of that stuff down as we get to watch these incredible athletes wrap up the spring.
And part of the reason he's so optimistic, he's got changes. New offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur, who was with the program last year, took over at the end of last season, now gets his first spring. There's a ton of experience here working with Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, and their relationship is great. They go over plays. They make sure that, he calls things that Shedeur's comfortable with, that the offense can execute. And look, when you look at his resume, you know right now that they're going to have a change of attitude, in particular running the football to help this guy, Shedeur Sanders, continue to break records here on the flat.
Yeah, he brought the NFL experience. He said Shedeur's going to throw it less, we're going to run it more. Shedeur's going to be happy with it. But you know that, if anything looks like last year, we're talking about a Heisman candidate.
No question. And look, he's got everything you want at this level and the next level in terms of his understanding, his processing of information quickly, his accuracy, and all those different things. We are watching an of the type of athletes you see in the world. He is that special.
The man he calls the unicorn, offense and defense. And we're looking at maybe a Heisman candidate as well on this side of the ball, which is actually both sides of the ball. So year 2 coming up for the Buffs. The final look at spring. And we get to see Colorado. And an interview with Coach Prime coming up next.
You're watching Pac-12 Network, where champions play. Available on Xfinity.
What are you two smiling about?
Telehealth care for erectile dysfunction, consultations start at $25. Licensed providers, medications with free shipping. Get your smile back.
The Pac-12 Spring Pastime continues with the 3rd annual Pac-12 Baseball Tournament. The top 9 teams in the conference battling it out on the diamond. Live from Scottsdale Stadium, the perfect destination for any road trip. So grab your glove and put on your rally caps and score your seats now to the greatest show on dirt. The 2024 Pac-12 Baseball Tournament, May 21st through 25th. Visit pac-12.com/tickets.
There are many reasons why we play. They sow themselves into the fabric of your spirit, taking root and giving you something to root for. Our games stretch beyond the sidelines, only to get louder, bolder. It breeds a form of dedication that doesn't require an off-season. The game is always on. The crowd is always on their feet. And it's here where passion has purpose.
I don't like to spend a ton of time shopping, but I like to look good. For me, Poshmark makes that so easy. And whenever I get tired of something, I just relist it back on Poshmark. It's honestly a little addicting. Making some money I can spend, keep my wardrobe fresh.
Here in Colorado, getting ready for the spring game. And moments ago, down on the field, Nigel Burton talked to head coach, Coach Prime.
Well, Coach, spring football, weather could be any better. I mean, I don't know about you, but I had no gray hair until about 30 minutes ago.
It was beautiful yesterday, wasn't it?
It was.
And I brought the team in the field. I said, this is how God is so to be in a place beautiful, wonderful business. It was a good story.
Hey, well, you know, the meter wasn't slowing down here. What's our format going to be for the day? The weather.
We'll get in and out. We don't want to risk any more injuries. We know what these guys can have. They've been wonderful this spring. Offensive line, defensive line, and all positions are taking it up. It's tremendous. Shay's coaching staff is tremendous. And I just can't wait for them to get out here.
So, well, you know, speaking of the coaching staff, made some changes. New defensive coordinator Rob Livingston. What are some of the changes that Buckeye has seen?
Simplified much more communication going on, and not only on the back end, but in the front end. These guys are out there, they're just going out there. So I love what he's doing.
And speaking of communication, obviously, your son running the show on the offense, broke a ton of records last year, and things like that. Pat Shermer's back as the offensive coordinator. And I know we got to get geared up. Right? There we go.
There we go. I felt good. I felt good. I don't know what it was, but it's just a feeling. You thought you got that, didn't you?
I did.
Did you see that? Did you see the energy that this game? Now I feel like me.
Well, with the offense, Coach Shermer, what can we expect to see differently? Because I know with all the records that got broken, but you're still looking for some improvement on the offense.
Tremendously. Check the quarterback. We had to be able to run back. And not in that way. You won't see that today because we barely have any backs here, and we have here and there injuries somewhere. So you got to, you know, don't want to spread out a little bit. Fans get excited a little bit, but we don't want to show our hand as well. But that front line, oh my goodness, these guys are pros. They're pros, and they protect their whole goal. We got to protect too. They even have a clothing line to protect too. So I love what they're bringing to the table, the physicality of that in the box, and then the receivers that we have. Roster is unbelievable, and we're getting into more as soon as we bring it.
Well, speaking of lines, I might have to get some of the sunglasses so I can. I'll never be as cool as you, but I'll do my best. Hold on. We doing this? Hold on.
Lord Jesus,
Lord. That's it.
Did you see that? Look at now. Hey, at him. Tweet him.
At Coach N. Burton. At Coach N. Burton on Twitter and IG. I appreciate it, so
and Nigel's phone just caught fire.
We had absolutely no fun. We had no fun yesterday, no fun this morning. That was the most boring interview I've ever had in my life.
It's amazing. Sunglasses just make the man, don't they?
I tell you what they have going here, the energy is insane. I mean, even yesterday when we were at practice, and that energy is infectious because as we were at practice yesterday, I mean, Terrell Owens just stopping by, right? Wasn't even supposed to be there. Warren Sapp. Yesterday, I'm in the
Steve Francis was there yesterday.
Steve Francis. How about this? I'm in the hotel. Pac-Man Jones in the elevator with me, just talking. Can't wait to watch practice today. All those different things. So, that is the energy and excitement that's been brought here, and you can see it in the recruiting and what they've been able to do in the portal, bringing in great players on top of great players.
It all leads up to the Lil Wayne concert tonight. We'll see. Coach Prime alluded to it there with you, how much spring game we get because of the weather here today, but the teams are broken up into 3 teams. There will be scoring, but no one's exactly sure what it means. We do have some scoring rules, and defensive stops being worth 1 point, that sort of thing. So
what he was
they'll be more situational today.
Yeah, what he's most concerned with is he wants situational awareness. He wants these guys to understand they're going to throw him in a bunch of different situations, as we'll see today. Whether it's 2-minute, whether it's at certain parts of the field to dictate how you play. Right? Do you want to stay in bounds? Do you want to keep a guy in bounds? Do you want to step out of bounds? When to make sure to ensure you don't take a sack. Things like that. So, those are the type of situations we'll see today. Coach Prime was not too interested in the points and things like that. What he's most interested in and what they want to see is good, clean football and guys staying healthy heading into this summer and getting ready for the fall.
He said we will see the number 1s against the number 2s, so the number 1. So they're down some running backs today, but he is very optimistic about what's coming in terms of offensive talent here by the time the fall rolls around.
Yeah, no question. They've got transfers coming in from multiple Power 5 schools. Actually flipped recently yesterday. Flipped a running back who was committed to an SEC program. Now has decided, nope, never mind. I'm going to come to Colorado. So they've got all kinds of talent continuing to come in the door. Obviously, Charlie Offerdahl and Michael Welch, who were 1 and 2 heading into today, are still here. add those guys to the mix. But you know, we'll see some things and guys moving the ball around. And it looks like Coach Prime is addressing the crowd.
All of you. I would be remiss not to start our season out, and this is pretty much the start, without acknowledging the beautiful Miss Peggy. Where you at, girl? Miss Peggy. Peggy, wherever you are, I love you, we appreciate you, and our goal is we're going to get you to a bowl game, baby. Yeah. God bless you.
All right, so Coach Prime gives up the mic with a hello to Miss Peggy, the Buff superfan. He says, we're going to get you to a bowl game. So that's the goal. You know, they connected very early in his tenure. He went to her house for a visit. She's a fixture here in Boulder and has become friends with the Coach Prime. No Ralphie run, by the way, today because of the weather.
Yeah, we don't want Ralphie slipping, trying to turn a corner. And look, you talked about, hey, we want to get to a bowl game. Honestly, they were a few plays away from making it to a bowl games last year. Obviously, starting the season on fire, 3-0, all the national recognition, eyes on this program. Hit a major speed bump in Eugene against Oregon, but got back on track. And then, you know, look, I think they just talking to the staff yesterday, they felt like they had a couple of games that they let slip out of their fingers, obviously being up 29-0 against Stanford in the first half and letting that one fall apart. And then, you know, the Arizona game they felt like they had, USC they had against the ropes. So they want to make sure they get over the hump this year. And it's going to start with this guy right here, Shedeur Sanders.
So the #1 offense against the #2 defense. We saw Coach Prime in overtimes last year. When given the chance, he's going to give the ball to Shedeur first. And so that strategy holds here. They have actually moved Isaiah Harge to running back.
All right, y'all, let's get it. Let's get it, y'all.
He's wearing 17. He just shifted out of the backfield. So they have 2 true running backs plus him today. And this is a Marion Miller, who they really think 11 catches last year, a sophomore. He might be poised for a breakout year. Look at what Shedeur did last year. All of this despite
Hey, Seth, man, we accept anybody in here. We accept everybody, man.
Most Pac-12 sacks.
We got plenty of room, Seth.
Tied for the most sacks taken in college football last year, and he still set a single-season passing record at Colorado.
Yeah. And look, and again, just took a sack there. And I think, you know, as much as I think this was an off-the-line offensive line last year, I think one thing that Coach Sherman wants to work with Shedeur on is getting the ball out of your hands. Stay healthy by getting the ball out. And so spreading teams out with that 10 personnel, that's 1 running back, no tight ends, 4 wide receivers, allows him to get the ball out of his hands like we saw in the first play. I think one of those opportunities, hey, let's get the ball out of your hands, man. It's 3rd and 5. Let's see what they do on this one.
And so now it's 3rd down and 12. Oh, it is 3rd and 5 on the screen. 3rd and 12 on the field is actually what it is. And Shedeur steps up and delivers right on the money. LeJohntay Wester. Now he's a transfer from Florida Atlantic. He's from Palmetto, Florida. He was first team All-AAC last year. He had 108 catches. He had over 1,100 yards.
And a great job by Shedeur stepping up in the pocket, playing against cover 3, hits that little window between the safety and the outside line.
Yeah, the game just started. Game just started.
Wester, Travis Hunter, and Omarion Miller. That's the receiver group that they feel like can be really
Yo. All right.
This year. And, you know, we can't go long before Travis Hunter gets the ball. You got to get Travis Hunter the ball.
And there it is again, right? Get the ball out of your hands quickly. Make a decision where you want to go. The defense brings a little bit of pressure. Because you know Coach Livingston wasn't going to sit back there and just let Shedeur pick him apart. But finds a little hole, dumps the ball, 1st down again.
And now this is Harge who gets the carry and the 1st down. It was Pat Shurmur. Of course, he was an offensive coordinator in the NFL, was a head coach in the NFL. And he said to us yesterday, and he said it this week, he said, look, if we got to throw the ball 20 times but run the rock, he said Shedeur's going to be okay with that because everybody knows what he can do.
No question. And every quarterback, great quarterback's friend is a great running game.
You mentioned Charlie Offerdahl. He's not available today. Michael Welch, an early enrollee, 3-star recruit who's they're really excited about, a freshman from Georgia. He's not available today. So with the transfers and then the
man, listen, we saw last year, man, that hype don't win you no games. They don't care nothing about the hypes, man. We trying to win, man. People still gonna watch, believe me. Elliot, believe me, they still gonna tune in. Believe me, bro.
Shift to empty. Watch Shedeur to get the ball out of his hands again quickly there to Travis Hunter.
And the crowd watching as Hunter gets down inside the 20. Coach Prime will stop the ball. He's actually going to spot the ball about the 26.
So what we're seeing here is what's called thud tempo. So as those at home are watching and going, hey, Pete, I don't understand. They're missing tackles and things. Well, the idea is, how do we keep guys healthy? How do we practice tackling by getting our shoulders around, shooting our hips, creating a little bit of contact, but not taking guys to the ground where legs can get tangled up and things where somebody could end up with an injury. So that's why you saw what you saw there. Obviously, Travis is arguing with the ref right now. He's saying, listen, man, you know this guy wouldn't have made that tackle. Coach, come on, man.
Yeah. I don't get tackled like the other guys. That's true. He didn't. He was a first-team consensus All-American last year. Second on the team in receiving yards. And now whistles. Delay a game against the offense before this third down. And take a look at another Heisman candidate. You know, early in the year last year, you thought, was he going to win the Heisman? And certainly he'll have a chance. He'll come in with a lot of anticipation that he could do something that we rarely see in the game of college football on both sides. So third down and 10 after the penalty.
Watch for another one-on-one up top here to Travis Hunter.
Hunter wearing the gray because he's going both ways, and he goes down and makes the catch.
Now, look, every now and again, old ball coach knows a little something. Every now and again. Now, here's what you saw from the offense. You saw they put those three wide receivers close to each other down at the bottom, and the idea is what most defenses do, rotate coverage, obviously, because there's three guys over there, only one up top. What they're not accounting for is that guy up top is like three other guys. He can do so much. And what ends up happening is you get a little one-on-one action up top, which the offense took advantage of, and we were able to convert on that first down. But here the defense holds steady and keeps the offense to a second and long.
Well, we talk about the offensive line. Jordan Seaton is one of the headliners. He's number 77. He's the left tackle, 6'3", 310 pounds. He's a five-star, the number one offensive tackle. He's the left tackle, 6'3", 310 pounds. He's a five-star, the number one offensive tackle, rated by 24/7 Sports. He had every offer you could think of. He's the third highest ranked recruit in Colorado history. And it was funny, we asked Coach Prime, he's a true freshman.
Yeah, my shit stopped. I got rain in my area, so I had to find somebody else channel to put it up until mine start back. But we good, though.
Hunter again, and coming up to make the tackle, Israel Solomon. But, you know, what are they looking for from this guy? What are they getting here in Jordan Seaton?
Like, what they're getting is a guy who is actually, he might have been 6'5", 285 when he showed up, and then he hit training table. So he's about 310 pounds now because he's been able to lift and eat at a Division I level. And they're already.
All right, mine back playing. Hold on, I'm finna switch over to mine.
He understands what his assignments are, which is really half the battle of a guy coming in and being able to play quickly.
This is another third.
You know, and Coach Sherman, we talked about for a long time, we talked about what he likes about Shedeur, and he said there's two things.
Oh, man, y'all missed the touchdown, bro. My bad. I apologize, y'all.
It's also understanding
mine started skipping, bro. Just to keep it going, I went to somebody else live, but we back.
In there and really work a tight window. And we've already seen both those types of throws from Shedeur in just that one series. Right, he had the whole shot in cover 3 between the free safety and the outside linebacker where he had to really rope it in there, and they're using a little bit of touch so that the receiver can move away from the DB for the touchdown. Those are the types of things that make him special.
Hey, listen, I don't care what y'all say, man. To keep this stream going, I go on somebody else's if it mess up. We got rain going on over here, so the internet a little iffy, but if it cut off again, y'all know we going back to somebody else's channel and let y'all know now.
Didn't like his hold. So
he missed the kick.
Yeah, so I think Coach Prime has said, you know what? forget it. I'm going to be on the defensive side.
we said, what was wrong with the hold? Mata missed. And he said, no, Mata didn't miss. Mata said it was my fault. He said, Mata don't miss.
And just like on key, Mata don't miss.
Mata don't miss. So that's the number 1 offense against the number 2 defense. We're going to get to see the number 1 defense coming up. But to your point on Pat Shurmur, and you mentioned in the open a little bit, but he showed us his call sheet for today and had a bunch of blank lines on it. And he said, that's because I'm going to sit down with Shedeur later. This is yesterday. We're going to write in all the plays he likes. He said, that's why
I said area, not ear, my guy.
I've done it throughout my NFL career, and that's the way we're
It's raining and storming over here.
Talking there in the bottom left of the screen as we highlight Mr. Mata, who had his great dance last year as he did the game-winning kick against Arizona State. But down there on the sideline, Shedeur is talking right now to Pat Shurmur, who, by the way, a lot of coordinators like to sit up in the booth so they can get a good view, see what's working, what's not working. But he's like, look, I want to be down on the sideline. It's a different animal when you get a chance to look somebody in the eyes, really talk to them about what they're comfortable with and things like that. And so Pat Shurmur, having done this for so long, 24 years in the NFL, now his second year here at CU, really wants to get a chance to.
No, not the Chinese one. I think they shut that Chinese channel down.
As a defensive coordinator,
I don't know.
He said he's been banished.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
They'll probably make another one. I reported them for stealing my picture and all of that stuff. So
being on the sideline for so long,
they stole my picture, my name, everything, bro. I reported them so many times, so I don't even know if they still got that channel.
When I was a D coordinator, I was on the sideline forever, and I said, you know what, you need to go up to the booth. And there's a reason guys do it. But they're both happy to be down on the sideline and be able to communicate with guys.
Jace Feely with the kickoff. There's some good blocks going on down there. Crowd likes it. Listen to the crowd.
I'll tell you what, for everybody at home, and I don't know if we have a chance to show the crowd, but
we'll have a chance.
With the kind of weather that we have. I mean, right now, I'm looking at the weather going about, the rain is going about 45 degrees sideways, because it's not just rain, it's not just cold, but we've got a good wind coming through as well. Again, it snowed this morning, and I don't know, I started counting.
And for the guy that said the height was gone, I can't tell by the stands, boy.
So, I mean, we've got a whole side of the
they
field.
packed that over there, man.
And there's people all the way underneath the 300 level. So shout out to the Buffalo fans for really coming out and supporting their team in spring football with this kind of weather.
Christian Sarum, one of the available running backs today, gets the carry. Ryan Staub is the quarterback for the number 2 offense. So the number 1 defense is on the field. Staub started Colorado's final game of the year last year at Utah when Shedeur Sanders was injured. Almost beat.
Bro, they cloned me all the way, bro.
First real look at the number 1 defense.
I had forgot who I was for real.
Here in Boulder.
Well, look at here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how bad it was.
Buying a house is complicated and confusing.
I'll go on YouTube and see their names and think it was my channel, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They took a picture and everything. They'll do it again, though.
You love every time.
They're gonna definitely do it again.
But you can stop doom scrolling. Paycor Smart Sourcing uncovers 67% more candidates and finds diverse talent traditional solutions miss. Paycor helps you retain people too by giving them career paths and a sense
I think they'll make the playoffs this year.
In the most challenging job of our lives, Paycor helps leaders recruit and retain talented people. Paycor, empowering leaders.
I need birth control that makes my period less of a
For real, Seth. Like I said, bro, at the end of the day,
birth control. I don't
you're going to have 2 sides that's watching Colorado. You're going to have the people that rock with them. You're going to have the haters that's going to watch just to see if they lose, bro. The hype ain't going nowhere, bro. Too many people want Coach Prime to fail for the hype to go away. Tell you. I'm telling you, the boys gonna do pretty good this year. If we get the offensive line right this year, and Shedeur, I feel like one thing with Shedeur, bro, Shedeur hold on to the ball a little bit too long. I feel like you got to start letting it, you know what I mean? Letting that ball go, man.
Prime faculty.
Experiences.
Big Dog Almighty say the Lakers gonna get their ass swept tonight.
Prime alumni. Prime mascot.
They forgot what prime location.
I hope they don't get swept, but man, chances is very high, bro.
Number 1 defense on the field against the number 2 offense right now. And obviously this will be a fun thing to monitor in the fall and into the beginning of the season. Robert Livingston, after a decade with the Bengals, the secondary coach there, most recently taken over as the defensive coordinator. Ryan Staub, the backup quarterback, is tackled by Taj McCoy, who's a sophomore that they really like. Number 40 in black, a sophomore from Oklahoma City who was a big-time recruit. And Coach Prime
Michael said, I watched to see Prime's transfer team fail. That's cool, bro. I mean,
yeah, he said he's a dog.
You watched to see him fail. I mean, that's, you know, that's on you, my guy. I can't say nothing bad about you. You ain't the only one.
Hunter working in the middle as a nickel as opposed to outside as a corner, just trying to get him more involved.
You was not the only one that watched to see him fail.
Aspects of his game.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites fast, so you can browse with ease.
Because ultimately, what you were able to do last year was you were able to avoid him, right? I mean, he can lock one whole side of the field down. So, all right, we'll just throw away from him. By putting him in the nickel spot, you just give him the
Extreme say LeBron James holding back the Lakers. I don't know how you think that.
Receiver inside, he can move inside. And the defense understands how to maneuver with him.
Without LeBron, the Lakers don't make it to the playoffs, my guy.
On pressures,
I don't know what games you watching.
Seen Colorado use him in ways before. And also be able to show his run support. So, again, it's just adding to his resume as he wants to continue and go on and play at the next level.
Mark Vassett, the punter on, and this is a punter they really like. Pro Kick Australia guy who averaged over 44 yards per punt last year. We didn't get too much of a look there at the number 1 defense, so hopefully we'll get another look at him. But it's a secondary that they're also, when you around Travis Hunter, they're very excited about, even though, it was not a great defense last year by any stretch. But they were still 70 yards better against the run last year than they were the year before, even though they had a bunch of games in which they allowed 200 yards rushing. So they think it's a defense that's going to take another step forward. And we asked Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator, Nigel, what would you call the defense? What is this? And he said it's an attack.
Yeah, the Lakers definitely don't.
That's what I would call it.
Lakers definitely don't make it without LeBron. This dude said the Lakers getting held back by LeBron. Come on, bro. Hey, what are you talking about, bro?
It's about getting shots for your best players. He talked about him as a basketball player. He said putting your guys in positions to get shots, to make plays, and maybe that's part of what you're talking about with Travis Hunter moving to nickel.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm waiting for...
He said just like him booting players that were there, games were fun to watch, though. Our team did pretty well. Go Blue.
Very passive. It's like when you ask a head coach after recruiting, signing day, hey,
LeBron booted players off the team. Right.
I'm waiting for that one. I've never heard it before, so I don't think I ever will. But, no, I think the way to be attacking is, again, and I mentioned in the open, is unconscious competence, right?
At his age,
put those things together. It sounds a little funny, but when you think about it, when you
I feel like they gotta find
learn the system,
somebody else to build a team around. I ain't gonna lie, LeBron getting old, bro.
He does not know.
LeBron is getting old now. Don't get me wrong. He's still playing really good, but LeBron ain't the old LeBron that.
He understands what he's supposed to do, but he has to think about it.
You know what I mean?
Right?
That he used to be, bro. Dude getting old, man.
For those of us who are over 30,
I hate to say it, bro, because that's my favorite player of all time, but getting old, man.
But you go from first to second with the clutch, all those different things.
I don't know how you expect for them to win when you got him and AD doing everything and everybody else is
unconscious and you're
just not doing nothing.
So that's what he's trying to get these guys to do, and able to do that is to simplify the system.
There you see what this weekend has been like, the talent show that Prime said was very well on Thursday.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, though, man.
And then tonight,
I appreciate everybody for tuning in.
My daughter was going to come with me to not just see CU. She's a high schooler, so hi to Ella at home. But she, come check out campus.
If y'all want to, after this game, man, I can put on the NFL draft,
but then you look around
and we can watch the draft.
Mountains, and it is gorgeous. And then we were going to go to the Lil Wayne concert. And as soon as I said, babe, I got to move my flight.
MJ, I'm not old enough. I wasn't.
She said, I'm going to stay home. Thanks.
MJ all day, MJ all day. I wasn't around for MJ, man. I was born in '92, so I didn't watch it as a kid. So
I mean, that's real singing right there.
I ain't know nothing about MJ. I didn't get to watch him play. So.
Fun, I would say.
Can't really say he to go to my eyes if I didn't get to watch him play.
The building when you come to practice, that would be the word that you feel it everywhere, right? I mean, everybody's smiling, everybody's saying hello, and it's been.
Not to say nothing against him, but you know, I didn't get to watch MJ play, so I can't really say he my GOAT because I didn't watch him.
The second quarter.
He retired in '93. I was born in '92, so.
Offense is back out, and Shedeur Sanders is going to take a shot, and right through the basket of LaJohntay Wester with good coverage there from Nathaniel Watson.
Now you have to say it like Nathaniel Watson. Hey, what a great, how about this? This is just great play all the way around. Great job by the receiver stacking. Great job by the defensive back sticking his hand in between. The safety comes over. Shedeur Sanders drops it right in the basket. That's a good all-around football play.
You saw the safety there was Herman Smith. This carry for Isaiah Hart. Smith played at Idaho State last year, but was at Jackson State for 2 years with Deion Sanders there. Let's see, big 77.
But like I said, I didn't get it.
You know,
I didn't get to watch that era, but from hearing from people,
this year in the transfer portal,
MJ retired in '98. Oh, he must have came back.
Was experience, in particular on the offensive line. As Travis Hunter, ball goes through his hands, he was going to want that one back. But
oh yeah, he did come back after '93. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He did come back.
Phillip Houston, 648 snaps at FIU.
He came back, but when he,
766
I don't know.
snaps at UTEP. Walker, 766 snaps at UConn. So you kept seeing those things over and over and over again. You know, Quincy Wiggins, you know, guys who not just played, but played a ton of football. So they're able to step in here and have that experience.
Nah,
all they have to do is learn the system.
Khalil Benson.
I don't think.
Right tackle last year in Indiana.
I think LeBron better than Kobe though. I ain't gonna lie. Don't get me wrong, RP to Kobe, but I think LeBron better than Kobe.
Ohio State that just announced he'd be coming to Colorado.
I googled when he retired. Google said in '93. So hey, don't blame me, bro.
Today was the leading receiver at FAU last year, 108 receptions. So I mean, those are the kind of guys they're bringing in the door to make an immediate impact here in Boulder.
But Nigel, there's no question. I mean, to go back to
okay, so he retired for a second time in '99.
Not protect Shedeur.
He returned in 2001 for a short stint with the Wizards. Okay.
Totally new offensive line this year.
Yeah, and they could not provide us a consistent running game.
Okay, so he took his bow at the age of 40 in 2003. Okay, so
as we see him in the huddle with Shedeur,
he definitely is
right now, and they're expecting more help to be able to come help these guys in particular on the offensive.
He got Kobe. MJ.
I mean, it is.
I don't know. I didn't get to watch that, but I think he got Kobe.
Roster at the offensive line because they had to improve.
Zelinski's there at the bottom. He played a few games,
Fuck out of here.
Games last year, but a lot of change up front.
And if they're able to do that, and then they're able to do this, as we see.
All right, bro. I'm done talking about basketball, man. We watching the football game, man. I don't really care who to go. I don't really care.
And it's batted down by Taurine Carter, a transfer from Arkansas. Big man, 6'3", 305, who played in all 12 games last year for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, and every time I hear Arkansas, I keep thinking of Les Miles, who used to call it Arkansas.
Andreas Rodriguez, if y'all want to watch the the draft, I'll put the draft on after the spring game. We can watch the NFL draft. If that's what y'all want to do, man. If y'all gonna stick around, if not, then I'll cut the stream off. You know.
And now again, here's the one thing
that all of y'all
is these continual 3rd and longs. So another 3rd and long that Shedeur in this offense will try to convert. Got him over the middle.
And going up to make the catches, Wester. He looks very comfortable here as a Buff today.
And look,
he said, Life said, I got tight. Tight for what?
You know, you can
I don't even watch basketball no more. Ain't no point in me getting tight.
But every now and again,
basketball got washed up to me, my guy. I don't even watch it no more. Ain't no point in me getting tight.
Defense did a job.
I watch football. That's what I play. So.
But Shedeur buys time with his feet, and here gets the ball out of his hands again quickly to Omarion Miller. But, you know, he was able to buy time, which then Webster was able to work away from the outside linebacker, get over the middle for another conversion for a first down.
Go ahead, Nigel.
This is the scoring. This will be the way that we're
Michael, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're in the like 22, 23, something like that.
Is behind Coach Sanders. He hasn't. Coach Prime isn't looking at it because I think he'd be irritated by the scoring system.
This is Isaiah Harge cutting it back, and he will score. Maybe he is a running back.
But the way he just cut, absolutely.
Again, the only two other running backs available today, so they moved Harge from defense. This is reminiscent of Sione Vaki's 100-yard game last year for Utah. Little different stakes.
Well, here you see Harge does a nice job. Starts to his right, and then cuts it all the way back to his left. And again, there's one of those things where the defender's going to say, Coach, I had him. No, you didn't. So yesterday when we were at practice, matter of fact, they were running out of running backs. I think we saw old Cash Cleveland.
We did.
Take a couple of snaps of running back, who, by the way, for those at home who are unfamiliar with Cash at running back,
Michael said he hated the transfer era. I mean, I don't really like it either, but I understand it. You know?
Because nobody was going to try to tackle.
I understand the transfer portal. I understand it. You know.
Mata? You know, it was funny to go back to your point on.
Sometimes players pick teams to go to, and they just don't fit in. You know, so
Pat Shurmur did say
I kind of like the fact that they can maybe go somewhere and become a starter, get noticed or something like that. Because you got teams like Alabama and Georgia that have all that talent sitting back waiting to play when they can go somewhere else and start. You know, so.
And it's critical.
But it do hurt a lot of college teams because they don't have depth no more. They don't have players to back up because a lot of the good backup players will go and play and start somewhere else. So it kind of it's gonna hurt a lot of them big schools that was you know taking over college football for a while. So it's gonna hurt a lot. So but I like it like that, man. Y'all, I hate when 2 or 3 teams win it every damn year. I want to see something different, man. It's definitely hard to develop teams.
You can't really run the ball consistently against us. And so we can just pin our ears back, come and get you, and we can hold
Mr. Red, he said, what? Carmoni McClain jumped in the portal? Carmoni McClain been left. Carmoni was gone before it got reported.
Honest, keeping them in much more simplified defensive schemes. They can protect Shedeur.
He wasn't even showing up to practice.
We just saw Shiloh Sanders there, 21, the safety. We were talking to Coach Prime about his son Shiloh as Travis Hunter makes the tackle. And he said one thing. He said, Shiloh.
Yeah, I mean, like it's part of the grind. Don't get me wrong. It is part of the grind, but and these kids trying to make money. And then the NIL made it even worse, bro. Now players is really going places to get that bag, bro.
Getting everybody lined up.
So between the transfer portal and the NIL, and colleges, college is a different game.
I think a lot of old school Buff fans love to see.
The number 2 defense against the number 1 offense. There's Trevor Woods, the safety converted linebacker. Number 2 offense, number 1 defense. Make sure we get that right. Thanks, Nige. But that's Trevor Woods there in coverage. It's a secondary that they think is basically.
He said sitting on the toilet while practice going on. Yeah, Carmoni was like, bro, had a terrible GPA.
Left the group, and then Travis Hunter.
Yeah, no question. And what's not
somebody said, can you hush? Nah, if you want to watch the game without me talking, you can go watch it somewhere else, bro.
Especially at the corner spot.
I'm talking to the chat, man.
With Travis Hunter and move him.
Preston Hodge.
Move him back inside and make some things happen. So, I mean, right there, with that kind of talent in the secondary, I mean, as you look at all these guys, what it allows you to do is you don't even have to get creative anymore. We don't have to worry about zones. We don't have to worry about zone pressures and how can we get the ball out of the quarterback's hand. Those last 2 plays, they went straight man-to-man. It was backyard football. But because they are able to move a guy like Travis Hunter inside, which is the most difficult spot, by the way. And the reason I can say that, because I played it. There was nothing harder. Because at least at corner, you have a sideline to help you. You can kind of play guys to the sideline. When you're in the middle there, that's why they want a guy like Travis Hunter. Because those receivers in the slot have 2-way goes. They can go wherever they want, and they have a bunch of room to help them. And so when you have a guy that talented who can move inside, it is a problem. It is an absolute problem for offenses, especially when you.
Yeah, I seen that Carmoni might have interest in UGA too. I mean, I say
Hodge there from Liberty. We saw him make that play a moment ago. And
yeah, I seen that too. But
he was great last year. He was top 10 in PFF's coverage grades.
Yeah, Irvin, Shallow graduated from Jackson State. He had to graduate before he transferred.
Hodge is a heck of a player. They really liked him, and they think Colorado got a really good player at corner.
They absolutely did. Speaking of which, we got Hodge again putting on his old teammates there on the defense.
He's playing with the #1 and the #2 offense right now. He's kind of like Travis Hunter, but just on offense. It was funny, you know, Robert Livingston.
Yeah, the weather was bad last year's spring game. It was bad. They had it cleared, snow all off the field. It was bad. This year actually pretty decent.
And Travis just ran 9 straight reps with the offense. He comes over to defense, and I said to him, "Do you need a rest?" He said, "You should have seen the look on his face." He looked at me like I was crazy. No rest. Doesn't need a rest.
And again, as I'm watching this thing just from a defensive perspective up here, again, what the defense is able to do is that was a 3rd and medium, and instead of playing some form of zone, because maybe you don't feel good about a guy in man-to-man coverage, they went straight man across.
Yeah, Shallow in his last year eligibility.
And we're able to lock everything down. And again, it looks like we're in the same situation again. This is just straight man free. Watch and see the linebackers now stepping out with the running backs and one-on-one up top, and defense gets a stop again.
Yeah, the #1 offense cannot get open on the secondary, right? I mean, we've seen that now in 2 series, and that was Preston Hodge again. It's one of the best corners in the country right there.
You know, it's interesting.
Preston Hodge is one of them ones. Oh, okay. Preston Hodge and Travis Hunter. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. I think our defense is going to be crazy this year.
If you're going to do that, you have to be absolutely dominant.
I'm a Bo Nix fan. I like Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix.
You can't be average as a defensive player.
I can't hate on Bo Nix.
Play offense and be average on both sides of the field. You've got to be dominant.
Hey, let me ask y'all something.
Once you've done that, then we can talk.
Because I was talking about this the other day.
Of the ball.
About what is his name?
And so obviously with a guy like Travis Hunter, dominant on one side of the field and able to make that move, and with Hodge getting there, dominant on defense. So hey, let's go take some reps on offense.
And just to be clear, I don't know that they view him that way, but they need him to play running back, so he's doing it today. It was the
Michael Penix Jr. getting drafted by the Atlanta Falcons after Kirk Cousins signed that big contract.
Earn the other side of the ball. So we said one side.
How y'all feel about that, bro?
And one side is the defense.
I gotta ask. Michael Penix Jr.
The defense is the work.
Got drafted in the 1st round by the Atlanta Falcons, and they just gave Kirk Cousins like a $200-something million contract.
The sophomore transfer from Vanderbilt in at quarterback. You can see how big he is, wearing #9 in gold. His first snap of the day. Appeared in 5 games last year at Vandy and threw 15 passes, but he's 6'3", 225 from Spring Hill, Tennessee.
I think he's actually about 6'6", because that is a big human being. We were standing on the sideline yesterday, and I said, I don't know who feeds these guys, but that grocery bill is large.
The grocery bill is definitely large. And it's incomplete as he's looking in the flat for Antonio Posadas. You know, tight end is a big question mark. That's one of the big questions. They feel like even though they don't have the running backs now, they'll have them. The receivers are very good. Tight end, they got some questions. And they even have a guy that a lot of folks, maybe Husky, if there's any Washington folks out there will remember, Savell Smalls, who was a big-time defensive recruit at Washington, has switched to tight end, and he's part of the tight end battle. Not on the field right now for Colorado, and that gets broken up by Israel Solomon.
It might be good.
Well, here are some of the tight ends that are.
Hey, listen, Randy. It kind of was awkward to me because I've never seen where a team pays a player $200 and something million, and then the first round of the draft they pick a quarterback up. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. So that's why I was kind of like, what the heck?
Get the ball in his hands. You know, he's a big guy too, a 260-pound tight end, being able to try to move some of these guys off the line of scrimmage and get this running game going.
That list, for reference, there was not a single player on that list that had a catch in 2023. So, you know, that's obviously a question mark. But as we said, I mean, they got a lot of receivers, and we'll see what running back looks like. They got more on the way. both from the portal and in terms of freshmen.
As we wind down here in the first half,
yeah, unless he dies crazy, bro. Unless he die. Oh man. Yeah, I think that was a crazy pickup, but that's a crazy.
Just saw that the NFL has passed a rule where in the fall this season you'll see as the ball gets loose,
Jeremiah Brown caused that fumble.
But you're going to see guys on the field with these deals that are actually help prevent concussion.
Gino said maybe Cousins isn't ready to start after the Achilles. So if you think a player is not ready to start, why would you give him a $200-something million contract? That don't make sense, bro.
Mr. Brown making his presence felt.
There's a 3rd down and 10.
They also some contract.
Getting running back for
guaranteed,
Walter Taylor.
so they can let him walk.
Quarterbacks we see today. And that is dropped. Oh, Israel Solomon, who redshirted last year, the freshman from Dallas.
And what's funny is I remember working with Ken Wilson, who was at Oregon when we were together at Nevada, and he said every defensive player.
Jeremiah Brown been balling. I like Jeremiah Brown. I think Jeremiah came from Jackson State, didn't he?
If you could catch the ball that well, you wouldn't be over here. Don't worry about it.
That guy could catch it.
Yeah, that guy could catch it. But the rest of you, it was funny again when you look at these Guardian caps that all the players are wearing, and you also see the quarterbacks aren't wearing them, and the quarterbacks are in different jerseys again for everybody at home because you don't get to touch them. That's why they're wearing different jerseys. So the defensive players are where we don't get near the quarterbacks. And just as I say it,
wow,
you get a defensive player squatting down at the quarterback's hand.
Oh, the ball was live.
Recovered by the offensive lineman, but I know some places that play alone will get you kicked out of practice.
Well, Shane Coates, you saying Shane Coates just getting the strip?
Yeah.
He makes the great play, but then the offense recovers the ball.
Yeah, but don't touch the quarterback. That's the general rule. Maybe all bets are off today. I'm not really sure, but that is.
Well, did he touch him, or did he just hit the ball?
I don't think it was a clean strip.
Okay.
In hoops, that's definitely the quarterback would have been on the line on that.
And maybe the starting nose tackle there. It's where he's listed now. The graduate student had 9 starts last year. That's the most experienced defensive player on the line. He started his career at Dartmouth, and in year 2 here at CU.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Walter Taylor can shoot free throws, but he'd been shooting. That was a shooting foul. He was in the act.
Was his arm coming forward? No.
In the act.
Different act, okay.
In the act.
Destin Wade, our 4th quarterback today. And I said Spring Hill, Tennessee for Taylor. That is Spring Hill, Tennessee for Destin Wade. Jackson, Alabama. Let's get Taylor's hometown on record. But Destin Wade from Spring Hill, Tennessee, played at Kentucky last year. He
said Bo Nix is overrated.
Did not win a game last year. Just a sophomore.
No.
Hey, Sinister, all right, my boy. Be easy, man. Be safe, man. Have a good weekend, man.
Football, the way that you say that is sophomore. He is a sophomore in the old Keith Jackson. Oh, to Keith Jackson. As we get another great run up the middle by Mr. Harge.
Well, guess who's here? We've got a buff great. Philip Lindsay is with us. What's up, Philip? How you doing, man?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Of course, Buff fans, NFL fans remember you. Denver fans remember you well. But for all of us around this league, you were part of bringing Colorado football back. You were such a centerpiece of that.
Hey, Brian, I didn't know Lindsey went to Colorado. Well, because the work you did, probably a lot of us did, because a lot of us probably wasn't watching him when he was playing here.
It's been amazing what Coach Prime has done for this program. It's like night and day. You know, of course, for us, it was the rise. You know, we started that with Coach Mike McIntyre. And then after that, kind of went down on the lull. But then when we got Coach Prime, which was unreal, you know, I didn't believe it at first. I had to pinch myself. And when he finally got in the building and started to change things up, and the culture just, you know, start to change and go into a more positive way, It's been great, man. It's been great seeing the type of athletes that we're able to get here in this program, seeing the fans. I mean, come on now. It's a spring game. It's raining, and you see it's almost sold out.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's fun. You know, it's a fun atmosphere, and I'm excited to see what Coach Prime does for year 2. We got a lot of different athletes coming in and out, and hopefully the athletes that we need to stay, and go for that national championship. That's the goal.
Well, we see you in the tunnel down there staying dry because the elements are not great today. But I think fans really want to see you out there again. And we know can you tell everybody what's going on with you lately and where we can expect to see you?
Yeah. So for me, I'm getting ready to retire, man. I'm getting ready to retire from playing football, and the football's getting to be done for me. And I started doing the radio station, 104.3 The Fan. All right, y'all, you guys tune in. Getting better every day, doing something different, man. Doing something different than just football now. So it's different for me. But I'm always gonna miss. I'm gonna miss being able to run the football, but most of all, just miss being around some of my teammates. The biggest thing is when I was here at the University of Colorado, it's the brotherhood. It's the culture that we built here. And honestly, yesterday, Chidobe Awuzie, that's my best friend, he was over there, and we were watching the rise and how it all begun for us. And yeah, man. So it's exciting, but it's a different journey from here now.
Well, first of all, congratulations on a great career. I mean, there was a time probably coming out of high school where some people thought physically maybe you wouldn't be able to play college football because of your knees. And then you have a great college career and a 5-year NFL career. So congratulations, Philip.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man.
You're a great guy to ask. We all spend so much time talking about Travis Hunter, but you've played football at the highest level. How hard is it what he does, and what stands out to you about him?
I mean, the issue is there's no issue for Travis Hunter, period. You know, he's a jack of all trades. All right, I wish I had his athletic ability. I wish I had his speed and the way that he can go both offensively and defensively. I mean, that's unheard of, okay? And the stamina that young man has. And it's one of those things where it's just like, I wish I was in his kind of body. I wish I was 6'2", 6'3", able to do things he was doing, and the athletic ability that goes with that. And on top of that, he's a very smart kid, and he's definitely going to be a top 5 pick. If he can stay healthy, he'll definitely be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft next year.
I love it. He says he wishes he was, I think stating.
Oh, man. The moves he puts on, man, it makes my knees hurt.
Philip, it's great to see you, man. Congrats again, and go listen to Philip's radio show.
Thank you guys, man. You guys take care. Stay warm.
Same to you. There's Philip Lindsay. I mean, what an incredible, what he meant to this program. It's hard to find people that mean more to a program than what Philip Lindsay meant to Colorado football.
No, he is a walking example of it is not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. I mean, it is watching him, and not just here at CU, but watching him be able to do it at the highest level. As we get some trickeration on the reverse.
This is Caleb Mathis scoring the touchdown. Caleb Mathis, a sophomore from Arlington, Texas, who had 6 catches last year.
We'll see if Coach Prime says whether that was a tackle or not, because again, great job. Like okie dokes, a few of the defensive linemen who thought the play was dead, but right there, looks like he was tagged off. And so we'll see. Coach Prime looks like he's moved things back to the 22-yard line for the offense.
While we have a moment, the grounds crew, it has been pouring rain here in Boulder since sunrise today. This field looks incredible.
Yeah.
So a tip of the hat to them.
Absolutely.
They're not gonna rush the field today.
Yeah. Can they stop by my house? By the way, I got weeds, some moss. It's not good. But we got another reverse.
Well, we were just talking to Philip Lindsay, and he mentioned our next guest, Chidobe Awuzie, who joins us down from the field. And this is actually, you are one of the most perfect people to talk to, because you know the new defense here very well. But first of all, we're just talking to Philip about the group of guys that helped bring this program back, and you were a big part of that as well. So what did it mean to you being around the league? I'm sure everyone was asking you last year about what's going on at your alma mater. So what's it been like to be a Buff this last year?
Oh, man, it's been amazing. There's a lot of hype around the program right now. when I first came into the league, they were making fun of me for going to Colorado or being a Pac-12 guy, but now it's like, you know, they're asking me for gear, for merchandise. They're really invested in the program. So it's like a badge of honor right now. It's really cool.
It's all about the merch. It's all about the merch. Look, you know, it was interesting. We got a chance to sit down with Coach Livingston, who you're very familiar with his time at the Cincinnati Bengals, and he told us a story about you in particular.
Hopefully a good one.
Well, he told us a couple bad ones, but we won't talk about those on the network. I'm kidding,
right, cool.
I'm kidding. But he told us a story about how you guys were on the sideline in a critical game against Kansas City, and the call came down, and you actually stepped forward and said, hey, you know what? Instead of that, how about we do this? And it really just showed when a guy has a firm grasp on the system, the trust between player and coach, and he wants to take that same thing here to Colorado. I mean, talk about what it was like to play for him and the relationship you had with him and what Buff players and fans can look forward to with this defense.
Man, Coach Rob, you know, he's an NFL coach, number one. When I got to Cincinnati during those times, Coach Rob was instrumental in me learning the system, you know, getting up to speed with the guys. And, you know, in the meeting room, it was always lively. It was always lively. We were learning, we were competing, but at the same time, you know, he always kept it fresh and new. And then when we got on the field, he let us play. You know, that was the number one thing. Coach Rob always let us play. So I'm thinking on this program, you know, they're going to get the guys that want to play at the next level, they're going to get exactly what it feels like to have an NFL DB coach. But now he's your defensive coordinator, so he's going to touch all the people from the D-line to the linebackers to the safeties to the corners, everybody. So they're just going to get a great guy. You know, I still, you know, visit him a lot, call him. You know, I visited his family when we're in Cincinnati, so he's just a real person to connect with. So, yeah, I really love Coach Rob.
That's awesome. You know, we got a chance to ask Philip about Travis Hunter, but you, in your NFL career, and congratulations, you just signed with the Titans. You played against the best of the best quarterbacks. You played with one of the best in practice against Joe Burrow every day. So what do you see when you watch Shedeur Sanders?
Oh, man, I see a guy who's really calm under pressure. You know, that's the number one thing that you look for a big-time player is that, you know, when the big moments happen, can you count on them? And so far from last year and just seeing how he maneuvers, you know, the lights are never too bright for him. You know, he's always ready to compete. And when you know, the pressure's at his highest, that's when he plays his best. So as a young player and obviously coming from his dad, he probably got that from him. You know, it's really impressive to see, and it's proud, as an alumni, you know, I'm proud that he has the keys to the offense and keys to this program right now.
That's great insight. Good luck this year with the Titans. Thanks for making time. We appreciate you stopping by.
Much love.
Chidobe Awuzie stopping by with us. And, you know, this is a guy who plays against Mahomes, plays against Lamar Jackson, plays with and against Joe Burrow. He's seen the best of the best. So that's valuable insight right there.
Absolutely. And because, again, we're not playing this necessarily in a game format, it's more of a practice format. They started off with some 11-on-11 for the fans, but now moving to a little 7-on-7, a little pass work, a little pass offense, pass defense.
As the rain continues to fall here in Boulder. A programming note, those of you watching on Pac-12 Network, at the top of the hour, Oregon Spring Football will begin on Pac-12 Network. To continue watching the Colorado Spring Football game, please go to the Pac-12 Now app or turn over.
They once called him the Quack Attack. His team is loaded. It's Tez Johnson. And the spin, baby, spin. Touchdown.
Unbelievable effort in open field to make plays. That's what it is, man.
Loves it for Ferguson. One-handed touchdown catch. What a play by the tight end. Backing up, barreling all the way to the end zone. Jordan James would not be denied. This is a classic Oregon football team.
Fans are coming in here in Eugene. It is a brisk Saturday, but it's always football season here. The fans are out. They pack them in here, even for the spring game. And some questions are going to begin to be answered. The Ducks in need to fill some key positions, and we'll get an early look at year number 3 of the Dan Lanning era. And hi, everybody, along with former Ducks defensive coordinator Nick Aliotti, I'm Rich Burke. Yogi Roth will be along in a minute. Spring football, a beautiful thing.
Absolutely, Rich, and I'm excited to be here today. I'll tell you what, I've been to 3
Oregon practices, and the first thing that jumped out at me is this is the biggest Oregon football team that I have seen since I've been a part of this, and I've been a part of it for a long time. The thing that's interesting is, and not only are they big, they're athletic. And according to the Oregon coaches, and from what I've seen, they have 3 rooms that are as good as anybody in the country: quarterback, wide receiver, and tight end. But as you know, football is still won in the trenches. So I'm excited to see how both sides of the offense and defensive line play.
Yep, looking forward to that. Now, the Ducks have already had 7 players drafted in the first 4 rounds, headlined, of course, by quarterback Bo Nix. Ducks are in need of a new QB, and they have 2 key transfers in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma, UCF first, then Oklahoma, you know, he comes highly acclaimed. And I'll tell you what, he's got some big shoes to fill because Bo Nix was outstanding last year. And then obviously Dante Moore from UCLA, a young man who initially committed to Oregon. It's a heck of a competition, and it's a good one to have when you have 2 star quarterbacks and potentially great players to come.
When we come back, Yogi Roth will be downstairs, and he'll talk with head coach Dan Lanning. The Ducks' spring football game. Back to Autzen Stadium in a moment.
Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Available on Fubo.
Anyone who's ever sold a home will tell you it's really hard. And it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. That's why who you work with matters. Together with HomeLight, we take care of every detail.
Customers often tell us their PXG fitting was one of their best golf experiences ever. There's nothing quite like playing with a custom fit PXG 0311 golf club. Book your fitting today. PXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
You really have to be determined and have that athlete's mindset.
Every day coming in, doing what you got to do, giving 100%.
And you're certainly not going to win just on your ranking. You got to bring it.
You know, that's just really what separates being good from being great.
Let's go. Set your jaw. Time to go to work.
It is one of the most amazing scenes in all of college athletics.
It was a brilliant display of competitiveness, and that's what this place stands for.
The things that they battled through, and to come out here and have a dominating performance, it means something.
I love this. I want to go back to college.
Have we got a treat for you today?
This is a monster waiting to explode.
Hold on, finish the draft. Hold on, I got y'all. Give me a second.
all together instead of just one man having to make the final call, and it's been a great process.
So no one named Kraft put a thumb on the scale and told you about a quarterback 3rd overall? That didn't happen?
Not at all. Not at all. Now look, they're businessmen. They love the game of football, but at the same time, look, they have a lot of things going on, and Elliot and I, as well as Matt Groh and those guys, look, we just said, hey, we're going to focus on this team and try to put a good team out there this year.
Are you aware of the last top 10 pick the Patriots made prior to Drake May? Who that person was? Are you aware of who that was?
Yeah, I think that was Gerard Mayo.
That's
Rookie
correct.
of the year, 08.
That is correct. Not anymore. Thanks for the time, Coach. I know you got back in your draft room.
Go get involved.
Appreciate you guys.
There you go.
Hey, VFL.
There's Coach Gerard Mayo, new head coach for the New England Patriots. I understand the concept of competition, but every single evaluator I've heard says Drake May's got to sit. I mean, it's not just our network also.
I don't necessarily agree with that in terms of the environment he would have gone into. I think in this particular setup, Coach mentioned there's a lot of holes on this offense. They're doing their best to fill them with all these offensive selections staying on that side of the ball. But if you told me Drake May would have went to someplace like Minnesota or even Chicago with the infrastructure they have in place to support him, I think I could have pushed to get him on the field. You saw it in 22 when the roster was better at Carolina, played really well. So to me, a lot of it, do they play, don't they play, is dependent on the environment that they go into. I don't think that's a great environment as constructed right now for Drake May to start right away.
We went through that with Anthony Richardson last year, where his lack of college starts screamed, make him a project, let him sit for a year and what have you. Instead, he goes to the Colts, and they're saying, no. He's got to play right away because he doesn't have as much experience. And how do you help him? A Pro Bowl center in Ryan Kelly, an all-pro guard in Quentin Nelson, Braden Smith at right tackle, and then you start from there and give him a chance.
And I think it was important, Rich, and I think you hit it there. Like, get the narrative right here. This is not Jonathan Kraft making the picks and the owner walking in and saying, I want this, I want that. Like, no, it's him. It's Elliot Wolf. It's Coach Groh. There are
Lonzo Highsmith.
There are people who have earned their place at the table, and it seems like the Kraft family is letting them make football decisions.
Ian?
Rich, as we look toward the future for the Patriots and wonder who's going to be the starting quarterback, what's camp going to be like, let me call you to a recent example. Remember when Mac Jones came in, it was like, is he going to be the starter? What's the deal? They ended up releasing Cam Newton, right? So they came in, let him compete. The guy who is the best and should be starting quarterback starts, and you make a decision moving forward. So I really do believe Gerard Mayo, when he's, look, I think a lot of people thought that Drake May could come in and sit. That was generally what most scouts told me, but we will see what happens when they get on the field in training camp, because that's real.
And obviously he's going to be in the fold in short order on the dotted line and figuring it out from there. Meanwhile, the Jets' latest pick is in, and while we were on break, the Jets chose Jordan Travis from Florida State. What's your opinion of that choice?
Well, first of all, the injury, right? Jordan Travis, if he had a healthy process, maybe we're talking about him a little bit earlier. Someone who, as a quarterback, is going to rely on more anticipation and accuracy, not the wow traits in terms of the size, the arm strength, or the athleticism, just a real efficient player. But to me, this is someone who I believe could be a, decade-plus backup quarterback in the NFL. I don't view him as this is the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers. I view as someone who's going to be able to service him in the room, learn not only from Aaron, but also learn from Tyrod Taylor. CD, to me, that's where, you kind of got to know what bucket you go in as a quarterback. Is this someone who's going to emerge as a starting quarterback? I didn't view him that way.
Yeah, and I think that's the right act. I think that's the right look. Terrific leader, competitor, gritty, tough guy. But having Tyrod Taylor there really helps him, not just in learning, but he's coming off of a tough injury, really brutal injury. Give him a chance to heal and get himself going before he competes for a backup job.
Rich, I'm seeing a CFL cornerback just selected by the New York Jets.
Mr. Stigers finally come off the board.
Wait a minute. Is this an opportunity to potentially promote that Stump the Truck? Is coming up.
This is what I see.
Do we have Montez?
The question, 100%. You got CFL tape, but the question is, do you have tape from Lane College?
How about the fan-controlled football league
you want?
I mean, let's.
Yeah,
I want to see the fan-controlled football league video.
There we go, Montez Stigers.
Here we go. All right.
He's got a ton of production.
Is this fan-controlled or CFL?
That looks like CFL. There's too many people in the stands for that to be fan-controlled football.
That looks like the CFL. Just look at the end zone. You can see this is CFL. All right.
He had a ton of production.
Oh, even got spot shadow. CFL spot shadow.
Members of the Vikings UK-based fan club.
The Vikings fan club, live from Stonehenge. Now back to Detroit for the Vikings pick.
Go! 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 Go!
All right.
With the 177th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Walter Rouse, tackle, Oklahoma.
And with this choice, the 6th round is officially underway.
We saw the right tackle from Oklahoma go in the first round to the Dallas Cowboys in Guyton. This is actually the left tackle for the Sooners and Walter Rouse. Excellent size. He's a finisher in the run game, real physical, real nasty. You're going to love him more in the run game than in the pass game. He's got some work to do when he gets out in his pass sets. When he gets out in space, he's got a really interesting the way he runs. I've never used this before, CD. I said he runs like a toy soldier when he gets out there in space. It's just a very unique look.
I like that, almost like a march when he's going through. But here's the kicker. Remember, he's at left tackle. Tyler Guyton at right tackle. Why? Dylan Gabriel, left-handed thrower, so Guyton had the blind side. But, guys, we've got some cool stories throughout the draft time that we've done. We got another cool one. Remember last year with Deuce Vaughn and his dad, Chris Vaughn, with the Dallas Cowboys? How about this year in Philadelphia? Jeremiah Trotter Sr. wore 54 with distinction for the Eagles. His son, Jeremiah Jr., gets the pick.
155 overall he went. Yes, indeed.
Well, here's what he looks like. Man, you talk about a popular selection in that city. The bloodlines, they're outstanding. Excellent eyes and a very productive, reliable tackler. Start, first of all, linebackers, same as running backs. You begin with instincts. How fast are your eyes? Then we'll worry about how fast you are with your legs. He's excellent with those instincts. He keys quickly. He'll be able to read guards and then drive on the football, close up gaps, and make plays. In coverage, again, the awareness. The speed, if he had a chance to run, he didn't have a chance to run a 40, so he didn't get a time. I don't think he'll wow you with that, but neither did his dad, and his dad played forever. This is him as a 12-year-old. How'd you like to be playing against him? See if you can find the future NFL player on the field.
Oh. More? I thought somebody else was going to get some on that play.
The second one.
I thought it was the second level.
Yeah, somebody's at home watching this going, hey, I'm 34 out there. That's me as a 12-year-old getting smacked.
Do they actually remember getting hit like that?
Look at this.
Oh.
That might knock the memory out.
That's a family business.
And by the way, I understand the number 54 is available in Philadelphia.
Indeed. Yeah.
And if it wasn't, someone was going to make it available.
Fantastic. I love it. That's great. It just works for a team, and it works. I love it. Just in terms of football as family, welcome home. Great tweet from @Eagles right there. Okay, that's Jeremiah. That's Dad's celebration. His son is. Oh, okay.
That's awesome. I think they're going to go nuts when he trots out of the tunnel for the first time.
Right, exactly. Love it. Outstanding. So we're at pick 179 right now. Working our way towards pick 257. That's the Jets later on. Yes,
somebody's going to be in the stands drunk for a preseason game between the Eagles and the Steelers, and they're going to go, Joey Porter and Jeremiah Trotter are still playing?
I think that they might do it sober, too.
How long have I been here?
Coach Sapp was trying to claim that it was a tie when it was actually a loss for the defense. Is there a win for Taurine Carter?
Are you? The Bud Light Junior? Yeah. So we get wishes?
Metal hair.
Yes.
Filthy right.
So filthy.
Giant bicep. Big one.
Sports car stretching. Let's rock.
See Coach
I know
Shermer
that
smiling.
anytime
Coach
I
Sapp.
see a
Shador
woman in
Sanders
this
with him.
space, that they are
That one should be a defense, but that was great
good
use of his
at the
hands.
job.
Women, particularly black women, are met with challenges and discrimination, which is
We'll see.
why
It looks
people
like
like you and I are so
Coach Prime saying
important
it
in the
was,
business because we
1-1
have the
there.
visibility
This
that we
made it
have.
more difficult
Having your
because
dreammate wants
it's
the
center. You got
best for
set.
you is irreplaceable.
Behind every dream, there's a dreammate who helped make it possible.
Behold the DQ freezer, holding all the Blizzard flavors of the past.
The DQ freezer is closed.
It's actually opening.
We're opening the DQ freezer and bringing back frosted animal cookie and brownie batter. Hurry, before they're gone.
And it'll bring him up. So what do you think? I mean, you know, we said
Michael,
Coach Prime, what was a word
I just
last year
wanted to
this
say
time?
I'm
How'd
so
you feel?
proud
Is
of
it the
you.
word this time last year
It's
was
nice to see you enjoying yourself.
just from a roster
I hope
standpoint,
you
it felt
see
like
new
they
things.
had holes last year.
I
So
hope you
this year,
feel new things.
the word is good.
But most of all, I
about
hope you
where this
understand that
roster's
this
gonna be
time
in
is
the fall.
yours. Love, Mom.
See the world like an insider with Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more of what's yours.
Catch all your favorite offseason content on NFL Plus. Stream exclusive offseason coverage from the NFL Draft, free agency, and more. Access NFL Plus today on the NFL app.
The game-changing league for tomorrow's stars is OT7. It's all going down on NFL Network and streaming on NFL Plus.
Right off the rip.
Less than 24 hours before our wedding, our caterer canceled. There was a big ice storm. The caterer said that he was frozen in and not able to leave his house. When Will and I did long distance, we would always stop at Chick-fil-A. So we called and Liz answered the phone.
It's like, what can we do to make this happen? We got the team ready, changed a few schedules for the next day.
She catered our entire 300-person wedding in less than 24 hours.
And made it beautiful.
Girl, I got you.
Thank you. It was perfect.
Lots of dancing.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, Steel, and Scotts. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your neighborhood Ace. So stop on by or order online and we'll have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Or we'll deliver it the same day. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Verizon Small Business Days are back now through Sunday. Don't miss out. So, famous 6th-round pick. I wonder who we're going to talk about.
Gee, I wonder.
I don't know. Let's see. Okay. The Saints currently own the 199th pick. They got it from Philly in the C.J. Gardner-Johnson trade. So, I don't know if you're aware that Tom was 199th overall back in the day.
Heard that once or twice.
We even include another 6th-rounder?
My guy Jason McCourty. Get my guy Jason McCourty.
All right. All right.
I mean,
It's a darn good pick.
I'm looking down there at the bottom of that list, guys.
Go for it.
They got themselves a running back. You're wondering, Rich, if it was going to be Blake Corum for the Chargers. They waited here all the way to this portion of the draft and still got a quality runner who's an interesting player in Kamani Vidal. When I was looking for comparisons, I was like, gosh, he kind of reminds me of a mini Josh Jacobs. You see the height there. He's only 5'7", but he's 213 pounds. He's really quick getting in and out of the hole with big time production, including against my alma mater, who he tore up. So got a chance to see him run during the fall, watching a little TV, as well as when you get him a chance to really dig in and study the tape. He runs low to the ground. He's got a violent, stiff arm. There's no surface to hit with him.
No, he doesn't give you a whole lot, and we got to see him at the Senior Bowl as well. And Rasheen Ali from Marshall was doing very well before he got hurt. Vidal picked up the baton from him and carried it through the rest of the Senior Bowl. And occasionally he might hit a home run, DJ. You know where I'm going with this, right? The great nephew of the great Hank Aaron.
Hey, that's good. Good to know. Home run hitter. And so there they are. The hammer. Fantastic. What a great picture that is.
That's cool. Hank Aaron, diehard Browns fan, and then when Ozzie Newsome joined the Ravens, became a diehard Ravens fan, and was at the Super Bowl when they beat the Giants. So there's a football connection as well.
Jim Harbaugh's a big baseball fan too. He brings his glove to the game, which I respect. I respect as an adult.
Just waiting on the season to start. Waiting on the season to start. I'm still here, man. Welcome back. Welcome back.
You know what I got out of him?
No.
It's an OG. You got an OG in the building.
That was it. Did you do it?
Did I?
Okay.
I put a napkin on my arm, Rich, before I passed him the salt.
Touch
That's
them
Mr.
all,
Hank
Charles.
Aaron.
Touch them all. Pick 182 is now in. So the Miami Dolphins just made a pick. So we're waiting for them. The Dolphins got things started with Chop Robinson for them on Thursday night.
Chop Robinson's speed. You saw him go get the Tennessee running back Jalen Wright's speed. There seems to be a little bit of a trend of how they've built that team. I touched on it earlier, guys. We didn't get a chance to flesh it out, but I believe they have the most riding on playing at home in the postseason of any of the playoff teams. They are built for their environment.
They had it.
By the way, I got to just jump in. I'm wondering if Mike McDaniel really was celebrating a pick or decided whenever I'm going to be on camera, I'm going to act like I've just celebrated a pick.
He's texting you now, Rich. He's going to let you know.
I'm just wondering, because that would be like him. Like, as soon as he got on, he started pumping his fist.
First of all,
and I'm wondering if that's what's up.
Britney Spears thinks he does a lot of wardrobe changes, by the way. Every time we go to the war room, he's wearing a different outfit.
That was yesterday. You want him to wear the same outfit again?
Is it one per round? Is that what you're accusing?
I don't know. I just feel like he's got something new on every time we cut over there.
Guarantee you he's fully sponsored.
It's just
sponsored.
but in the state of Florida, it's still the same neck brace for Tony Khan,
yes.
right?
Until it's signed and in your possession, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just
No, but back to the other thing. I mean, when you look at them,
I was going to say, though, they had it.
It was 18 to finish it off, and they were in there.
They were home against Buffalo, and Buffalo was all banged up, and they didn't win.
Yep. But that's, to me, they needed to stay healthy themselves, too. The Miami Dolphins were a little bit beat up. But they don't need to be playing in sub-zero temperatures. That's not the answer for how they're built.
I mean, you remember Jalen Phillips, they lose him in New York at MetLife.
Lost their whole pass rush.
And then they lose Bradley Chubb getting blown out by Baltimore in the last 2 minutes of the ball game. I think they were down people, and they couldn't do a lot of substituting, and he blows out his knee.
They also lost Wilkins and Van Ginkel.
And don't forget the hip drop tackle that took Tyreek out of that Monday night loss to Tennessee.
He was the same ever since. Yeah, wasn't himself.
So, I mean, those are all, I think, facts. But, others might call them excuses, but that's what happened.
To announce the Miami Dolphins selection live from Estadio Civitas Metropolitano in Madrid, Spain, please welcome Fernando Torres.
Hola a todos, soy Fernando Torres del Atlético de Madrid y estoy en el Civitas Metropolitano donde estamos disputando nuestro partido. Estoy con los Miami Dolphins. With the 184th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Malik Washington, wide receiver from Virginia. Go Dolphins. Au Paletti.
What a season this guy had in Virginia last year. 10 of his final 11 games were 100-yard contests. He was 4 years at Northwestern, transferred to Virginia, and then look out, set a record for the school.
He was a fun one. If you're going to ask me who is a pick in this portion of the draft that has a chance to really put up solid numbers next year, this would have been my player.
How about that?
I think he is super quarterback friendly. He just gives you so much space. He creates tons of separation. He can win in traffic, and he's not afraid of contact. Some guys, you'll see him flinch. You'll see him back down, alligator arm. He'll go full extension in the middle of traffic. So extremely tough, and again, someone I think you'll see as a productive player. That's a crowded room he just went into, but that is a really good player.
His vertical at the combine was the largest ever by anyone under the size of 5'9" since we've been recording it at the combine.
Well, this just in, people are wondering how fast I ran my 40. This kid just beat me.
Nice.
I'm talking about the one that's going all over.
Still going?
Attaboy. Good finish.
This is not just another E-Class, because it evolves with you.
It adapts to you.
It is the first E-Class made just for you.
For you.
This is not just design, because your E-Class, it adapts, it recognizes, understands you, empowers you, energizes you, feels you. It evolves with you. The new E-Class.
With Spring Black Friday savings now at the Home Depot, you can power your spring and only need one battery to do it all. Gas-like power, endless possibilities, only at the Home Depot, your power source.
This home-style chicken salad wrap from Subway, this is how you do it. Savory chicken, crisp veggies, all wrapped up.
These wraps are amazing.
People can hear my thoughts. That's a problem. Stay fresh out there with all new wraps from Subway.
I find it hard to believe you don't know. I've got to go, okay? Bye. You are. But if you don't, please put down your hands. 'Cause I see you.
You were
about it for years. We were made to help you book it in minutes.
Hey, it's me, your future you. You made some bad money moves.
Now we're totally screwed.
Didn't fund your IRA.
Thought NFTs were a better play.
Now you still work at 103.
Your boss hasn't hit puberty.
Who's ready for their performance review?
Don't make your future you hate you.
Start making smarter financial decisions today. NerdWallet. Finance smarter.
You know what time it is. This our season right here.
The schedule is released. Bring it on.
The anticipation is through the roof. Stafford's coming home.
This is a heavyweight matchup.
Breaks a tackle, he's gone.
Welcome to the NFL.
Bring it on.
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
There's games in other countries.
The whole world watching. Let's go. Are you not entertained?
Sometimes I imagine what I'd write today for my dear friend Martin. I'd remind people that all hate thrives on one thing: silence. The people who will change the nation are those who speak out, who refuse to be bystanders, who raise their voices against injustice. When we stand up to silence, we stand up to all hate.
Friendly reminder to keep up with every pick on NFL.com with the Draft Tracker, presented by Lexus. 5 years ago, he kindly spent some time in his days off flying into Indianapolis to help present a check for Run Rich Run to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, so it stands to reason. The great George Kittle would give me a very inspirational shout out in advance of this year's 20th anniversary run.
What's up, everybody? Don't know if you've heard it. It is the 20th anniversary of Run Rich Run by our very favorite Rich Eisen. And I just want to say, Rich, what inspiration, man. Doing something for 20 years in a row is hard enough, let alone that is getting yourself to run 40-yard dashes. Because I know that's a struggle for you, man. I've seen it firsthand. But the fact that you've done it so often, every single year for 20 years, it's an incredible feat. So, everybody that's watching, everybody that's supporting, everybody that's seen Rich do this for 20 years, go over to stjude.org/runrichrun and help him out. We're going to raise more money. It's going to be great. And Rich is going to go out there. He's going to earn his fastest time ever. Probably not, but I'm hopeful for it. So, Rich, keep practicing, keep grinding, and you're going to be great.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, God, we're really putting it up there? Yeah, it was 2005 when I was with Terrell Davis in the stands at the old RCA Dome, bored, waiting for NFL Total Access to start. I said, how fast you think I could run? He laughed. I cursed at him and then went down at my suit and lace-up dress shoes and ran a 6.77, having no idea NFL Network. The hard-working production staff was not on break, actually in the truck recording me. And then I started running. And then it was 10 years ago that I started running for St. Jude. That 5.97 stands out. So does that 5.94. 2016, that was it. I've been getting slower ever since 2020. And the question is, what happened this year? I don't want to spoil anything. You'll have to stay tuned later on. But, that's only in advance. Just, You'll see it, though. Well, it's pretty sweet, though. We did it at the Rose Bowl last Sunday, 6 days ago.
That's very cool. I can't wait to see how much money we're able to raise going through this, and love that you do that. But if you'd have told me we got to the draft and one of our colleagues would shown up with a pulled calf, my money wouldn't have been on Joel Klatt. It would have been on
I
Rich.
cut weight for this thing. I cut weight, and I was hoping that would be enough, but we'll see you later on. And part of the run is a whole host of shout-outs that my wife actually helped really put together, and strong-arming people to actually do it. But Andrew Whitworth showed up to the Rose Bowl. So did Todd Gurley, and so did Jim Harbaugh.
Nice. Pretty cool.
His family. So that'll be later on. That's
pretty cool.
From 6 o'clock. Please don't miss it, and let's use it obviously for good and raise as much money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So in the meantime, more picks are in, and the Houston Texans are the latest to make a selection here. We're 12 picks shy of 200, 11 picks shy of Well, it's the first time we'll ever celebrate the Tom Brady pick here in the state where he played his college ball. That's coming up.
That's kind of cool.
Isn't it interesting that we talk about the Houston Texans, and for all the years we've talked about them, for a good number of them, it's how they're building up their roster, trying to get out there and compete. Now it's all about fortifying a roster that won the AFC South last year and got into the playoffs, and many think can contend for much higher honors this year. They are built to be a team that's going to be one of the top ones in the AFC behind that quarterback. But this draft is a whole different deal for Nick Caserio. Before it was all like, we've got to find players. We got to do this. Now it's like, we got to find players at key spots. We got to fortify. We got to add depth.
They were
because
a free
we are
agent
a good team.
Destination this year.
Yes,
like people
want
to play in Houston. And Daniel, you always
how a good
reference
quarterback can take you places.
It's true, but you referenced 2 years ago doing a game there when it was empty.
Yeah, it was no energy in that building. None.
Now there's all this momentum and juice and buzz, and it matters. The quarterback matters, Will Anderson matters, and building a team with the right types of guys.
How about adding Stephon Diggs to Nico Collins and Tank Dell? That matters too. I mean, this is going to be all. We've already seen how dynamic it was. It's scary. That was year one for Stroud. He's just going to keep on climbing, and now you're giving him more weapons.
And Joe Mixon at running back as well. He's down there now for the team that had that essential playoff game in Indianapolis.
Danielle Hunter on defense.
And Stroud's first throw to Nico Collins in that game looked like the combine.
Yeah. It was
right?
exact
the
same
last
throw.
time he threw in that building, it looked the same exact throw. It was beautiful with spin on the ball, and this one was for 6 in an actual must-have playoff game to end the regular season. All right, so we're 30 seconds to the latest pick, which means they're, by the way, the league's international Zoom build for this draft, if there's such a thing, it's off the charts.
I think Zoom gave him a break.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they cut him a nice deal.
Have they stopped singing in Germany yet?
Maybe.
To announce the Houston Texans selection, live from Estadio Universitario in Monterrey, Mexico, please welcome Edgar Martinez.
Hello, I'm Edgar, Navy veteran from Houston, Texas, and we are here in El Estadio Universitario, aka El Volcán, the most passionate stadium in all of Mexico. And I'm here to announce that with the 188th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Jamal Hill, linebacker, Oregon.
Yeah, Jamal Hill, this is going to be a special teams star here. He's an undersized linebacker. Maybe find a role as a nickel linebacker, someone who can play on those sub downs, on those passing downs, use him as a blitzer inside, cover underneath. But he is going to be a special teams guy, over 500 special teams snaps in college.
4.45 speed to emphasize your point.
So you can fill around the edges at this point in the draft. You're trying to find guys who can get on the field any way possible. He's going to have a role on special teams and see if he can't craft a role in his sub package as a linebacker as well.
So that's the latest selection being made internationally here. When we come back, we'll probably be around pick 190. Are the puppies coming here? You got the puppies coming?
Is they got a rain jacket?
Building. No, sir. What you need is another shirt on hand.
Toyota and the NFL present pretty good advice.
262. With the draft coming up, here's some advice for new players. If you're drafted last, don't stress about the name. It'll pass.
Mr. Irrelevant, what's up?
Also, don't slack on your game day fits. Got anything in khaki? Finally, don't just buy any new car. Get something that lasts, but also stands out.
This is nice.
Toyota.
All right, see you, Brock.
Let's go places.
Sweet car, man.
Behold the DQ freezer, holding all the Blizzard flavors of the past.
The DQ freezer is closed.
It's actually opening.
We're opening the DQ freezer and bringing back Frosted Animal Cookie and Brownie Batter. Hurry, before they're gone.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Sleep Number does that.
Save 40% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Shop now at sleepnumber.com.
Apartments.com has helped millions of renters find their places, and they all have a special place in my heart, which is why I keep a picture of each and every one of them in my wallet. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, holy crap. Wow. Oh, hey, I know all these people. There's Sally, and there's Billy.
I'm thinking.
Oh,
You know you can put these on your phone, right?
And miss all this fun? Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
I got the block and the money. We are the kids on the block.
Tonight, after the conclusion of the 2024 NFL Draft, TA from LA, we're putting it all into focus. 257 picks, 32 teams, 7 rounds, 3 days, 1 question. Who won this thing? We've got answers after the draft.
If your washer or dryer has given up and left you out to dry with wet, dirty laundry, Famous Tate is your solution. With the largest selection, lowest prices, and fast free delivery, all at Famous Tate, of course. If your refrigerator is causing you to lose your cool because it's not staying cold, then Famous Tate is your solution. With the largest selection, guaranteed lowest prices, and fast free delivery on the best refrigerators, Famous Tate, of course.
I just got this amazing 7-piece long comb gift at Dillard's. It's a $152 value. I love to cleanse my skin with the Creme Mousse Comfort. It removes impurities and leaves my skin soothed and soft. Next, I apply Renergie HPN 300 peptide cream to help lift and firm my skin while also targeting dark spots. Plus, it comes with everything you need to complete your beauty routine. Choose between either this Renergie offer or an Absolute offer. Visit your Dillard's store now to choose your free gift.
Available at Dillard's, the style of your life.
Welcome back to the 2024 NFL Draft presented by Verizon. Beautiful look at what's been a beautiful 3 days in our host city of Detroit for the draft. A record-setting draft in terms of attendance. Wait, look at this. We just had the 3rd defensive tackle from LSU come off the board in this draft. It went to the Detroit Lions, who traded up to 189 with the Texans to make that selection. Right, Casey Washington come off to the Falcons at 187, who, by the way, caught 3 of his 4 total career collegiate touchdowns in his final collegiate game. That's what's called saving the best for last. Rhett Lewis, Maurice Jones-Drew, welcoming native Michigander, who's been enjoying all the sights and scenes in Detroit, now joining us here in Los Angeles, Cynthia Freeland. Hello.
I'm so happy to be here, but I will say it was absolutely electric in Detroit. There were people out starting at 8 a.m. playing bags, participating in some adult beverage drinking, and having just so much fun.
Kind of day.
And by the way, we got all of the seasons in one. It started off being 40 degrees, and then today it's like almost 80, which is such a Michigan thing.
It was raining earlier, too.
It was raining, that it's sunny. You get all of the seasons all at once.
I mean, absolute massive humanity there, enjoying what the Lions have done, enjoying this hopeful 3 days on the NFL calendar. Let's talk optimism here. Favorite fits of the draft thus far, Cynthia Freeland.
Okay, so I self-imposed a rule that I couldn't be a homer about picking Detroit Lions picks because I liked both of them. So I'm going to go with Troy Franklin, who was picked today. We saw an interesting fit there, a reunion between he and his quarterback. I want you to remember the number 2, as in 2 times.
Easy.
As in the average depth of target when Bo Nix was targeting Troy Franklin was twice as far as it was when he was targeting any other receiver. That's going to be very helpful at the next level, because one of the knocks on Bo Nix was, hey man, you only throw these shorter passes, blah, 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 blah. Well, not when it's Troy Franklin involved. So I love that pick there. And then on the other side of the ball, are the Eagles killing it yet again? The answer is yes. Cooper DeJean, a really, really solid pick. The number I want you to remember here is 45. So in 800 snaps that he played, he allowed a 45 passer rating.
That's solid.
That's a really good. You'd rather want to throw the ball into the ground than try to deal with him in coverage. And of course he goes to the Eagles.
How does he fall?
I don't know, but they got Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. I'm sorry, did the rest of the league must have been asleep? Maybe they were outside partying in the crowd of 700 or 275,000 the first. I have no idea.
I tell you what, Cooper DeJean, we've talked about him a ton on this show. He was one of my favorite picks too. So that's awesome. To me, going in the 5th round, it was Tyrone Tracy Jr. to the New York Giants. He was a sleeper for me, running back out of Purdue, who played.
But started at Iowa. We can.
Yeah, I was gonna say he played wide receiver at Iowa. So when I'm watching tape, I'm like, all right, this guy's okay, you know. And then they're like, then some Iowa tape popped up, and I was like, Iowa tape? He's running. He can run every route in the route tree and run the ball. To me, that is you know, that's what tight ends do. You want to have a weapon, that's what he is. And he returns kicks and punts. So for me, this guy here was a great value add. He's a guy I thought probably would have won in the 4th round. You got him late. And then I have to be a homer. We haven't talked about him enough. First of all, Gus Bradley, thank you so much, because you know a true pass rusher when you see one. Laiatu Latu out of UCLA. Look, started at Washington, had the medical history. The first defensive player off the board is because he can get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And in the AFC South, there's nothing but quarterbacks that we need to go get to. You have C.J. Stroud, you have Trevor Lawrence, Will Levis. You have to go and affect the quarterback. The Indianapolis Colts said, we're going to get the best guy that can do that. My guy can do it.
By the way, on Tyrone Tracy, when he was coming out of high school, he had a college coach tell him, he's like, oh, man, you're going to be a running back. He wouldn't have it. Went to Iowa, played receiver. Eventually transfers to Purdue. You know who his running backs coach ended up being?
That guy that probably told him. Yeah,
exactly right. It's great symmetry.
Circle of life.
Right there for Tyrone Tracy. All right, let's talk about division. You know, when you think about divisions, we see teams go from worst to first all the time, right? It's one of those kind of popular trends, you know, every year. So as we look at this here, is there a team that has the best chance in your mind, Cynthia, to go from worst to first based off what we've seen them do here in the draft?
Okay, so best chance. MJD went first, so he stole my answer. But my answer for the second best chance would actually be the Washington Commanders. I think it's interesting, all the different moves they've made. They have added so many places. They got a really great value. Obviously, look, we all talked about Jaden Daniels.
Sure,
not enough, but we know, right? We know that that's really good. But when you get a defensive player where they got him, I mean, Newton from Illinois.
Oh, he's been all over.
Let's go, Johnny.
Do you like him?
2 first-round picks.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
That is an insane value right there. And then I love the corner from Michigan. I probably think that he probably could have, at least in the 30s, he could have been an earlier second-round pick for me. So I think all 3 of those, just to begin the draft, are incredible. And then some of the shots that they've taken with potential upside guys late have also been great. So, and they even added to special teams. So I really like what they're doing there. It's a lot of, what are you saying? Why are you laughing at me?
It's because I took the low-hanging fruit.
You did.
So, like, I get it. Like, I just said the Cincinnati Bengals because you have to protect your quarterback, and if Joe Burrow's healthy, you're probably going to win the division. I mean, this is how it goes down there in Cincinnati. I love what they did, though, attacking the offense and defensive line, though, really resetting that front. You lose DJ Reader, you go and draft 2 defensive tackles. You draft, obviously, Mims from Georgia, the offensive tackle. Now, all your O tackles are probably like 6'9", 6'8", 385
No, they're the biggest tackles in the league.
And so, to me, it's the whole objective is to protect Joe Burrow. So that's what this is about. And when they did that, it was awesome. And then Jermaine Burton out of Alabama, I think that he is very special. Now, they've talked about some maturity issues, but listen, he can fly.
Yeah.
When you can fly and Joe Burrow can throw that ball on time with timing and anticipation, you're going to have a nice weapon there for you.
Yeah, and look, and then when got Eric All, a tight end from Iowa.
Yeah.
Those end up being pretty good picks generally. Now, he's been hurt, didn't play a ton at Iowa after transferring in from Michigan. But, man, when he's on the field, pretty dang good player. Okay, the New England Patriots are set to announce their next selection. Gerard Mayo, their new head coach, just joined our set there in Detroit earlier on our broadcast. And we're going to see who they are going to add here in the 6th round on day 3 of this show.
Hours till I land, have me out like a light, hey, like a light, hey, like a light, hey. Slept through the flight, hey, not for the night, hey. 767 minutes.
With the 193rd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Joe Milton, quarterback, Tennessee.
Oh, they went.
Get your bazooka ready.
I love it. I love this. This reminds me so much of what Kyle Shanahan did when they drafted RG3 and then Kirk Cousins later in that draft. My goodness.
Saw with my own eyes Joe Milton throw the ball right hash, -25, all the way to the back left corner of the opposite end zone. That's 83 yards in the air, if my math serves correctly there, Cynthia Freeland. Not even accounting the right to left distance
No,
as well.
That's just the, straight yards.
Without question, the biggest arm in this draft. Now, I don't know how much opportunity he's going to have here with Drake May being the 3rd overall pick, but what do you think?
I love the strategy of doubling down at a position of need. I actually think that every year you should take a quarterback in the later rounds because it really helps insulate what's going on in the future. Plus, when you have this big arm, maybe even it's on the practice team, and then you have the opportunity to leverage going against that big kind of arm in your practices. So I think this is an awesome pick.
Joe Milton, who started his career in Michigan, transferred into Tennessee, played behind Hendon Hooker, and then was given an opportunity to pilot that Josh Heupel offense there in Knoxville. A pretty dang good job of it, and is now the next New England Patriot. Okay, when we come back, we'll continue rolling through the 6th round, live from Detroit.
I checked 2 bags on Southwest for free.
Huh.
You can pack so much shampoo in a check bag. He gets it.
2 bags fly free. That's a big flex.
With Spring Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, patio season is all about saving. Whether you're saving a seat, saving some time, or saving room for more, it's easy to spring your way at the Home Depot.
The Cantina Chicken Quesadilla isn't just for late night, because it has a perfect slow-roasted chicken to melted cheese ratio. That's chicken on the inside, cheese everywhere else. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Quesadilla, only at Taco Bell.
If you feel like things don't add up right now, you're not alone. So we've lowered the price on hundreds of your favorite products. Because when the cost of living goes up, we find new ways to go low. It's why we're here. That's a promise, not a promo.
Are you?
The Bud Light Genie? Yeah.
What's next?
Bud Lights? I'm a genie.
Gemini.
I'm a genie.
Oh, Post Malone.
Hey.
She runs and plays like a puppy again.
His number 2s are perfect. He's a brand new dog all in less than a year.
When people switch their dog's food from kibble to the farmer's dog, they often say that it feels like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply fresh meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of dried pellets. Just food made for the health of dogs, delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do.
Hurry up, Agent. Only 20 seconds left.
But which wire should I cut? The red or the blue or the...
Well, it's usually always the blue one.
But there is also a green one and a yellow one.
Oh, there. Red Bull. Behind you. Drink it now.
Of course. Too late.
No Red Bull, no wings.
Is that our luggage rack?
I fixed that thing. Gorilla Tape.
Of course.
Double thick adhesive with a rugged outer shell for a hold that lasts. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Hold on. It's only noise.
Can Anthony Edwards live up to the hype?
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
All right, 2 things. The dogs are currently on the stage. The dogs are on the stage. They're making their way here. Look who the Patriots just drafted at quarterback, Joe Milton.
I was just thinking back.
Oh, wait, here are the dogs. A little tease, they're coming here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my God. Is that a lion?
A literal one.
Can't not have one in Detroit, Rich.
I don't know. Just, again, we're scouting. Which one is most likely to pee on DJ?
Oh, man.
I think it might be that one.
She seems to really be making that dog comfortable. I'll take that one.
Remember what Parcells said about young players and getting them on the field?
Chop their huggies?
If they're going to bite, they're going to bite his puppies.
Okay.
Okay.
How about Joe Milton?
Sorry, I was doing a lot of scouting right there.
I know that. Careful.
Are you trying to line count? Are you trying to line count dogs?
Puppies are making their way here. Let's maybe get a couple of them rescued. Joe Milton just got drafted by the Patriots.
We just had Gerard Mayo on, and Charles, of course, it's his Vol guy. They finished the conversation as he leaves. He says VFL, Vol for life. And then just foreshadowing. That's all Coach was doing, because they go out and get another quarterback to add to the 3rd overall pick, Drake May. They go out and get Joe Milton, who's much older than Drake May, probably by 3 years. Yeah, he's 24 years old, 6-year player, started at Michigan, transferred to Tennessee. The size and the arm strength, that is where it starts. I mean, these are missiles here. And Rich, you saw it at Michigan, CD, you saw it at Tennessee. Look at the tracer on these throws. I mean, it is ridiculous. You see the distance here. That's almost 60 yards. We get to the combine.
This was awesome.
This
Fun.
is a beauty. Keep going, and 71.8 yards. Yeah, this is an orange. How far can you throw an orange? Let's see what you got here. It is a long way.
Long orange toss.
I didn't Spurrier say you can't spell
citrus without the UT. and everybody got upset. But when you got past being upset, you said, because we always end up in the Citrus Bowl and they ended up in the SEC championship game. So that drove us a little bit crazy, but we got them a few times on. We got you a couple times, Coach. But it's a great line, I will say that.
Joe Milton becomes the first Tennessee Vol the Patriots have drafted since the coach has just drafted him.
Cool. Wow.
And in case you're wondering, is he the first quarterback the Patriots have drafted in the 6th round since Tom Brady? The answer to that is no, because 3 years after Brady got drafted in the 6th round, the Patriots drafted Cliff Kingsbury in 2003.
Nice pull.
And two different arms there between him and Milton, but Cliff Kingsbury's accuracy was what got him drafted.
And I guess if there was a network on at that particular time, and it was right before we went on the air, the 2003 draft. 2004 was our first draft. I guess, Ian, we would have been on the air wondering if the Patriots had screwed up by drafting somebody with Tom Brady performing so well. Would we have done that?
Oh, man, that would have been some good old takes exposed right there. Yeah, but I'm not commenting on that. Anyway, let's get to what I was going to say, which is let's look at the future of Bailey Zappi. Started a bunch of games last year for the Patriots over the last several years. It is a crowded room for the New England Patriots. Of course, they have Jacoby Brissett, one of the highest, if not the highest, backups in the NFL. Of course, they have Drake May. My understanding is for Bailey Zappi, certainly someone who could be available in a trade for the right price. I know he's a good guy. The Patriots like him. I mean, they dealt Mac Jones to a place that was a great landing spot for him. Wouldn't be surprised they did the same thing to Bailey Zappi. Ton of experience, pretty good guy. I'd say this is a situation to watch going forward for the Patriots as they turn the page in that quarterback room.
I will say to the wide receivers of the New England Patriots who've been catching passes from Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones, you're going to need to turn the dial up a little bit with Joe Milton and May here.
You better double glove it.
Do you remember Brady once came out and they put Michael Bishop in at like midfield to just throw the Hail Mary thing? Is there a place for Joe Milton? Like, hey,
that's a lot to ask if that's what your full strategy is. But the reason
that why you know?
But the reason you have him is you look at who he is and look at that potential. You see that arm, you see that body, you see the ability that's out there. And like any good coach out there, you say, let me have a shot at it. Let me try. He had the starting job at Michigan, ended up losing it. Had the starting job at Tennessee, lost it to Hendon Hooker. But here's where the character kicked in. He and Hendon Hooker were roommates. They stayed roommates. Milton became his biggest supporter, bided his time, got his opportunity in Tennessee to try and do it this last year, played pretty well overall. I think that if he were, you had reluctant runner on there. If he were a full-scale runner in addition to what he does with the arm, I think that would increase his value and his opportunities more. This kid is built to be one of those guys, but that's not been his thing overall. I would have thought he'd be a 1,000-yard runner at Tennessee this past year. That just wasn't what he did. Accuracy, accuracy, accuracy is going to be the calling card for Joe Milton to make that jump. But I like the fact that the Patriots are willing to take a shot. I certainly would.
I think it's very sound advice that you gave the Patriots receivers to get ready for somebody throwing much I guess tighter spirals, much more fastballs in their direction. I've got some, because that's some good sound advice. At least we're going to go one step further. How Patriots receivers could potentially strengthen their hands. Let's see it one more time here. There it is.
Oh, nice.
They should reach out to Cade Stover, maybe go visit his farm, right?
And he's going gloveless.
That's one way to get the hands ready. I can't get enough of this studio.
And you really want to have pads on when you catch from those guys, don't you, DJ?
Yeah.
Remember when John Elway used to throw it, and they'd throw it without pads, and those guys would come back with that mark on their chest? They called it the Elway cross. Because he threw so hard, it'd get through your hand, get to your body, and you'd see the tip of the ball would make like a cross there.
I just wonder what's going through that Bull's mind. Hey, man, you only dropped 2 balls last year.
Did you
We're good here.
Yeah. Did you see how that ball? Did you see how Bull was reacting? Bull was saying more. This is good.
Cade's a perfectionist. I mean, we have video of him chasing down a pig too. Do you want to see that?
Yes. Yes.
Well.
Hey, it's me, your future you. You made some bad money moves.
Now we're totally screwed.